Hi, this is Stepp Sydnor. I'm giving you another step up moment in sales performance for those top producers out there that want to earn a high level of income, and if you're calling on executives and prospects, you want a better conversion rate. Of course, this material comes from my Sales Meeting Mastery course, and so if you're interested in that, you can get a hold of me at steppsydnor.com or email me at steppsydnor.com. You can also find us on Facebook and LinkedIn if you're interested in some of the product services that we do. However, today I want to deliver a really important message. You don't want to miss this message. I'm going to share with you some of the absolutely key for better and higher conversion rate when you're having meetings with top level executives. And it seems to be a lot of my clients want better performance and better methods for getting executives' attention and interest, because the more time you spend with a decision maker, the more opportunity you're going to get for an order, okay? So you want to spend that time getting their engagement early on. And I'm going to share with you some of the 5 points that I learned a long time ago that have not only made me successful, but it's made a lot of my students successful. Over 500 people I've trained, large companies all over the place. So I want to talk to you about the buyer's cycle versus the sales cycle. The buyer cycle versus the sales cycle. Now, the sales cycle, every sales organization has a cycle that salespeople communicate to their sales leaders, and the sales leaders can communicate to management. Where are we in the process of closing a deal or getting a deal? And a typical sales cycle is going to be 4 or 5 parts. Some of the most common ones are initiate, be number 1, discover number 2, propose number 3, and close number 4, or close next. And that means who initiated the sale, who did the discovery process, the proposal of bringing an opportunity to the client, and closing the deal or moving that to the next level. And what's interesting about that, as effective as that is internally, that is not what your decision makers and executives want to hear. They don't buy from that particular cycle. They buy from what's called the buyer cycle. This is really important, and I hope you get this down, because it will absolutely change your perspective of how you approach an executive. Number 1 in the buyer cycle is you've got to get their interest, all right? Number 2 is educate. So get their interest, educate. Number 3 is transfer of ownership. Number 4 is rationalize, and 5 is decide. So let me run through this for you. First of all, the first thing that happens with you if you're buying a product is you want to be interested either in the person or in the product itself, all right? And a lot of times what happens for salespeople, they show up, they try to educate you to get interest. Now, I don't know about you, but anybody that's trying to educate me, if my interest level is low, I'm going to hang up the phone, or I'm going to do what I can to get out of that, or you're just not going to have my attention. It'll be scarce. I'll be thinking about something else the whole time that you're talking. So don't educate to get interest. Now, I will say this, that if clients go to a product demo, the demo is all about creating educational moment, but the party has to find out where they're interested in that, okay? So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that the way you and I buy is you get my interest first, then I want to be educated. If I want to be educated, I'll do a transfer of ownership. And what is that? That means that your vision of what you're trying to tell me becomes my vision. And all of a sudden, when that happens, folks, the sale is done. What happens after that is I have to rationalize how I'm going to, where the money's coming from for this product. And then I make a decision, and that decision could be my decision, or maybe in a consensus, or maybe I need to get other people's feedback on that. But once you get my interest, then I want to be educated. Once I'm educated, then I'll do a transfer of ownership. Now, remember this. Don't educate to get interest. Create interest to educate. Now, there's 2 ways you can get interest. Number 1 is people are interested in themselves. Did you hear that? People are interested in who? In them. They're not interested in you. They're not interested in your product. That's why Over 80% of first-time meetings with executives absolutely fail. That means that out of 10 meetings, 8 don't go anywhere. It's at best a professional visit, and typically pretty short. So to get interest, you want to make sure that you are asking questions about them, not about you. The second thing that seems to get their interest is verbal success stories. Stories sell. I tell my clients this all the time, that third-party stories absolutely sell, and they capture people's imagination and their interest if they're crafted well. So let me go over this. The buy cycle starts with get my interest, I want to be educated. Then I'll do a transfer of ownership, I'll rationalize, and then I'll decide. And the way you get my interest is I'm going to be interested in me and what I want you to learn about me and my company, or I'm also interested in an interesting third-party success story that's crafted and done well. And more on these success stories you can find in my Sales Meeting Mastery course. All right, so this has been a step up opportunity for those salespeople. We'll see you next time. Hey, I hope you enjoyed watching our video. Be sure to click on the link below and get some great resources and books. This is a 32 Sales Objection book that will help you handle any objection that comes your way. Also, get out of survivor mode and become a thriving salesperson with our Survivor Thrive book. And you may want to consider the companion workbook, the Survivor Thrive workbook. Now, to get these resources, you can click on the link below. If you go to our website and order it, you'll get an author-signed copy of any of these books, or you can simply click on Amazon, go to Amazon.com. The link is below, and you can get it from any of the Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and things like that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time.